RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Tara Devlin.
Welcome to the show. Hello, everybody. This is Tara Devlin. Wait, I have to give my headset a kick. Devlin, unapologetic liberal talk on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. Nice to see everybody. How's it sounding? It's sounding a little weird in my headset. Okay, let me see. It's on all right. All right, listen, guys. Hi, happy Valentine's Day. I don't know what's going on. My headset is... I don't have any sound in one ear. Is that sounding fine for you guys? As long as it sounds good for you, we'll be all right. I'll muddle through. I'm just trying to look. Why the hell? Why is it low volume? Low volume. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Everything's up. Everything. Maybe it's not in. I gotta talk more into the mic. Maybe a little more. It's okay. I don't know. We're doing a new show with Tara Dublin. I wasn't able to do it yet. Well, I could have done it, but she was sick, so can't go sick. Is it sounding a little better? I hope you guys on the chat let me know. Yeah, it sounds all right. Okay. Listen. I don't know why the fuck my headset isn't working, but okay. We'll figure it out. I'll muddle through. Listen, this is unapologetic liberal talk. And yeah, we got a lot of work to do. I see JD. It's just a little better. You should, are you sure it's not on your end? It sounds fine, right? I'm listening to the feed now. It sounds okay to me. Ed, on the chat, maybe you should see, if your volume is down? I don't know. It's compressed? What's compressed? Ed? I don't know. You fucking confusing me here. Oh, I shouldn't curse in 2 minutes of the show starting. All right, listen. Thank you, Charlie from APS Radio News, for all you do to make the world a better place and keep the show going and growing. Make my day with your interesting little, the interesting stories you tell. And I hope you're doing good. That's all I can say. I hope you're okay. I hope everything's good. I mean, we're all in difficult, challenging times. So, all right. But thank you for everything. Thank you for your support of the community cats and everything else you do. It matters. Okay, no cursing. Yeah, let's not discuss Hakeem Jeffries. Why? What did he do? Did I miss something? Hakeem Jeffries? Did he curse? Well, where do I even begin? And if you can, please become a patron at patreon.com/Tara Devlin to keep the show going and growing. And yeah, so Thursday this show supposedly is going to start with Tara Dublin and I are going to do a show on Thursdays on the Political Voices Network. Okay? And hopefully that'll be good. Maybe you guys can check it out. And if you don't, come live, you can check it out in the, after, at your convenience. But we will be live 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays. That's the goal. We were going to start yesterday, but she was sick and lost her voice. So, can't do a show without a voice. So, yeah. All right, where do I begin? There's so much to talk about. And my headset isn't... actual equipment that works and shit. It all takes money. Listen, where do I begin? How do I even begin? I mean, everybody's been talking about this. I live in New York. Not that everybody's been talking about that. Sometimes I get ahead of myself when the sentence is coming out of my mouth, I go to the next sentence before I finish the one I'm talking that's coming out of my mouth. Yes, so I live in New York, and people have been talking about Mayor Adams is a buffoon. He's a disco prowling buffoon, and he's a crook. I sincerely hope that Governor Hochul, whatever the hell, Helchel, I think it's Hochul. I sincerely hope she gets rid of him. He is compromised, and I don't. It's so unbelievable to live in these times. You know, it's yes, we live in interesting times. It's incredibly stressful. I do wish that I could visit a psychic and know how it'll all end, because if I know it's going to end up better in the long run, I'll be able to get through just about anything, right? Because everything is a mind game, really. When you put your mind to something and you don't give up, that's it. You've already won, right? Even though you might get knocked down numerous times. But so I really want to know if we're going to make it, because I go back and forth. Are we going to make it as a democracy? And make no mistake, by the time they're done, there's going to be a lot of damage done. And are we going to be able to recover from it? We're in a constitutional crisis, as others have noted. But one of the things, and we were talking about this on Wednesday with Robyn, I don't understand why. See, what if Trump invited us to a constitutional crisis and no one took him up on the offer? Why is it that when he signs an executive order saying that we're not going to fund USAID or whatever it might be, because he has no constitutional authority over the purse strings, why anybody gives it any credence? Why isn't it simply accompanied with a laugh track and thrown out in the receptacle next to our desks? Why? I don't get it. Why everyone runs around with their hair on fire? Oh no, the so-called president, the convicted felon, has blocked our funding. He has no ability to do that. But I'm just little old me, and everyone is going along with it. And now we're in court. So why? Why do we even have to go to court? Just wipe your ass with it. It's worth the paper that it's written on, not even. So I don't get it, but here we are. Everyone, and we've decided, okay, we're going to pretend like the con man has kingly powers that he doesn't have. And we're going to take it to court, and we're going to validate that, or we're going to make sure he doesn't have those powers. It says it right in the Constitution, for example, that people born on our soil are American citizens, and I don't see how him writing a piece of paper and signing it over supersedes that. But okay, here we are. Yes, he clawed back millions from New York City's account, as Ed says on the chat, because they could do that. I don't know how they were able to do it. It was technically, but now they're being sued over it. It's like somebody, it's like you get paid and then all of a sudden your boss goes in and, you have direct deposit and then they rip it back out of your account. It's absolutely outrageous. And it's also, and I have to keep reiterating this, and I hope we continue to pass this on, the outrage about Elon Musk. And who the fuck is he to send anybody a pink slip? It's not just that he doesn't have constitutional authority. Forget the constitutional authority. What about the moral authority? This is the richest parasite on the planet. How dare he? How dare he do this to? How dare he lecture anybody on what democracy is and what freedom is? They all do it in the name of freedom and democracy. So did the Germans. So did the Nazis in Germany. They all said they were doing it for freedom and liberty. That they were only every train car that left for concentration camps filled with human beings. It was all to keep Germany safe, all for the freedom of the German people, right? The invasions into Poland, into Russia, all for that living space. It was freedom, ultimately. Yes, maybe, as Jim says, maybe Chuck Schumer will save us. I highly doubt it. I had to call him again today. They must get to know me on the machine at least, or even if they, who knows, if they even listen. Because I said, what the hell? Yet again, why are any Democrats pretending like this is normal and going along with the process? The only job the Democrats should have at this point, not to discuss these unfit kooks that he's shoving into the cabinet of curiosities, the freaks and curiosities, but throwing sand in the gears of everything that the Republicans did. I mean, the Republicans were masters at this. They have a blueprint to follow. Just do what the Republicans did. The filibuster. Filibuster everything. The blue slip, remember? Blue slip obstruction. Refusing to return the so-called blue slips to block judicial nominees. That's one thing you can do. How about the procedure? I can't talk, as you know, sometimes. Procedural. I can't say that word. Procedural tactics. Even when I'm sorry. It can be very annoying. Procedural tactics. I have to do it fast. Using, the whatever, various parliamentary procedures to delay and frustrate. That's it. Delay. How about objecting to unanimous consent? Where's that? A single senator can delay or effectively kill measures by objecting just to everything. Routine requests, everything that comes before, every line of every bill, of every whatever it might be. Object. Force multiple cloture votes. Right? Filibustering both the motion to proceed and the bill itself. Require the majority to invoke cloture again and again and again. What else? They can use quorum calls, right? Using the quorum call to waste time. Constantly call for a quorum. They could put holds on things. They can announce, right, their intentions to object. They can prevent majority leaders from making those requests. They can threaten to block cabinet appointments, but they don't seem to do that. They can threaten, they can use leveraging of, institutional structures, exploiting the overrepresentation of smaller states in the state Senate to obstruct legislation supported by the majority of Americans. Yeah, use these tactics. I don't really see Democrats doing that. Do you? Unless I'm missing it. Maybe they're catching on. But initially, the Democrats are voting for these fucking freaks. They voted for Marco Rubio. He's an embarrassment. He's an absolute embarrassment. They're all embarrassments. I'm sure you saw J.D. Vance and Pete Hegseth talking to our European allies What a disgrace. And you notice how they're so tough when it comes to our allies, but so just such mushes, such gushing mushes when it comes to Putin, when it comes to all the America-hating dictators of Earth. They're so they're just such pushovers. But when it comes to our Democratic allies, then they're real hard negotiators. Okay, here comes Tara Jr. Come on, are you coming up? Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on up. All right. You gotta help me here. Gotta meet me halfway, kid. All right, now sit down. Sit and be good. Right? Am I wrong here? So I'm sure, let's see, hold on a second. Uh-oh, what is going on? I knew something was wrong. What time is it? My stupid Farrago is not working. I knew it. What is happening? I might have to start it again. I'm not going to start the whole show again. What time is it? How many minutes have we been going here? Let's see. Oh, we're not too long, right? We've only been going like... What time did I start, guys? Motherfucker. Let me see something. I'm gonna have to start the friggin' timer again. It's only been 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay. Let me see. Okay. All right, let's move that. 5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything is so annoying, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'll just start from here and hope and wing it. Okay, we'll start from there. That's great. All right. Thank you, guys. What are you gonna do? I hope I've made the right call there and have enough time. But because it's so annoying. You know how it is. I have to do the timing on for the Progressive Voices people. Not that they're annoying. It's just the timing bed. So no, wait. Hold on. No, it was 17 minutes? It was 5:40 p.m. You crazy bat. We've been going for 17 minutes? You son of a bitch. All right. I have to start. Wait. You guys are confusing me here. We started. Yeah, it's been longer than that. 17 minutes? All right. What the fuck? So we've been going for 17 minutes. Let me see. Fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I'll do it from here. I'll just cut it up. We'll do it from there. And then it'll be 19 minutes now. Okay. That's fine. Oh, whatever. I'll cut some bits out in the beginning. It's just annoying because it takes longer for me. All right. I gotta be here longer. Ow! Damn it! Oh, for fuck. You see what I'm saying? This is the liberal media. We got cats on our lap. Got fucking shit that don't work. Don't hit that button, Junior. All right, listen. I'm sure you saw J.D. Vance. What an embarrassment. And Pete Hegseth. They're so disgusting. Like, what a couple of clowns. They're so, I mean, the entire world. This is what I want to ask maggots. If we have any maggots passing through, if you're enemies, if the world of dictators are as giddy as kids on Christmas morning, and our democratic allies, our friends, are appalled, whose side are you on? Right? Hold on a second. Yes, exactly. As Twisted Nerves Painting says, Pete, pig filth. They're such little boys. That's what it reminds me of. They have the collective emotional maturity of like a burger-picking schoolyard bully that pulls wings off of flies for fun. That's who they are. So strong. You're not strong. Anybody that has to behave like that is not strong. You're overcompensating. It's right out of Freud. You're weak. You're pathetic. You're over your head. And you got a lot to prove. That's what it seems like. It's an embarrassment. Right. Like booger picking little X. Exactly, Josie on the chat. Little booger picker. I've never seen a kid pick his nose that, with that much passion, really. And for that long. Why are these fucking people emailing me at 9 o'clock? Here's Pete Hegseth.
Eisenhower, this administration believes in alliances.
Oh my God.
Deeply believes
in
alliances.
Of course you do.
But make no mistake, President Trump will not allow anyone to turn Uncle Sam into Uncle Sucker.
Oh my God.
And we're glad to take some questions.
Thank you. And you notice the stunned silence. And of course, it's very sparsely attended. Uncle Sam into Uncle Sucker. They think they're on Fox News. Everything is a show. And as everything else they do is do what I say, not as I do. And don't judge me by what I do. Judge me what I say. Like when Mike Johnson says, I believe in Article 1. I'm a big Article 1 guy. And then the next breath goes on about how he's there to facilitate Trader Trump's agenda, which is nothing less than dragging us back to the Dark Ages, destroying the grand experiment in liberal democracy. That's what they're doing. Make no mistake. And it's infuriating. You know, first they came for the government workers, right? Well, first they came for the trans people, of course. Then they came for the government workers. Who's next? How dare he fire people? I'm really upset about this. I'm sure, this asshole was given a great economy, the lowest unemployment rate in generations, and the first thing he does is send out mass layoff notices for no effing reason. And now no other reason than they are ideologues who hate America. Because when they talk about government, the federal government, you got to drown it, got to shrink it, got to kick it down a flight of stairs, what they really mean is democracy. They like government. They want government to step its boot on your neck. They just don't like this government. They don't like a government of, by, and for the people. They don't like a government that promotes the general welfare. They want a government that promotes the welfare of sociopaths at the top. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people. Nowhere on the corporate media will we hear, and I've been listening for it. I have yet to hear anyone on the corporate media point out the fact that the immorality of what's happening, and the unnecessary, it's needless. This needless pain, for what? You're destroying our good name. You're destroying decency. You're turning America into a shithole. They hate this country. That's what it is. Anthony on the chat, they are in the wrong country. Yeah, well, they don't like America. They want to turn it into a country that they can live in, one where everyone is in their place. They don't, because America is too big for them. Metaphorically, figuratively. A government that leaves no behind. People who promote, who pledge their lives, fortunes, and sacred honor to each other. That's too big a concept for them. They need to make it small as they are. As small and underwhelming as they are, too. That's another thing, because they know, you see, that's why they're so desperate for approval. And Trump, because he knows what a con man he is. He knows how unfit he is. That's why he needs constant approval from anybody. He would retweet some rando on Twitter. Anyone who licks his ass, it doesn't matter who they are. He wants everybody to know. Look at me. I am loved. See, Ma. Look at me now, Ma. You didn't love me, but look, rando Twitter account 57321 says I'm great. Jesus Christ. Listen to this. Where is this shit? Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And I'm sure you saw this. It's so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed. And JD is here. He's from England. Watching this.
And expressing opinions isn't election interference. Even when people express views outside your own country, even when those people are very influential. And trust me, I say this with all humor. If American democracy can survive 10 years of Greta Thunberg scolding, you guys can survive a few months of Elon Musk. But what German democracy...
Please laugh.
What no democracy, American, German, or European, will survive is telling millions of voters that their thoughts and concerns, their aspirations,
Who's telling them that?
Are invalid.
Pleas for relief? How about the fucking millions you're firing, you piece of shit? Pleas for relief. What relief? Oh, won't somebody think of the Nazis? Won't somebody think of the racists? The hate mongers? The ones who want to, who want everyone to be deported and who think everyone's poisoning the blood? Right? Who think, that Doge, that fake Doge employee who he came to bat for after saying that Indians aren't real people and, God, they're so small. And I gotta hear that again.
Express views outside your own country, and even when those people are very influential.
Who is he to lecture?
And trust me, I say this with all humor. If American democracy can survive 10 years of Greta Thunberg scolding, you guys can survive a few months of Elon Musk. But what German democracy, what no democracy...
You might want to workshop that a little bit more, JD. Greta Thunberg, scolding. What is it with these freaks? So tiny and fragile, little freaks. Hold on, this is Tara Devlin. But what is it with them? They're so triggered by who? Greta Thunberg? Is Greta Thunberg a billionaire? Does she control a social media platform? that is incredibly powerful and influential and is allowing Nazis on it to spread hate and division and opening the spigot of Russian bots to lie and let so the dumbasses can spread their hate unfettered, unpestered by pesky truth and reality. Is Greta Thunberg an appropriate analogy next to Elon Musk? Our democracy can survive. I put to you, you know what? It really hasn't, you dumb fucker. But that's what you want, isn't it, JD? Since you are not, you're not. We all know that he's a lying lickspittle of a billionaire who funded him, this gay billionaire, Peter Thiel, and this, I guess he's totally not gay, J.D. Vance. Peter Thiel has funded J.D. Vance's entire life. His entire life. From when he was in this, he put him in the, what was it? It's not a trust, I want to say trust fund, but it's not a trust fund. It's like one of these billionaire funds. Let's see. That's a trust fund is what Trader Trump got. And Elon Musk. Peter Thiel funded J.D. Vance's entire life. Yeah. Okay. Peter Thiel. Yes, he played a significant role in J.D. Vance's life. It is his career. Thiel launched Vance's venture capital career in 2016. Yes. He also funded his entire political run for office in 2022. Can you believe this shit? This underwhelming, pasty-faced doughboy hedge fund. Thank you, Nikki. Has only been on the political stage since 2022. And you're going to tell me that Greta Thunberg is on the same par as Elon Musk, who can buy a social media platform, who can buy ads, who threatens people that he's going to run primary campaigns against them with all his unlimited funds, who poured $250 million up Trader Trump's freaking wazoo to buy himself the presidency. And you're going to tell me Greta Thunberg is the same. Oh, we could survive. If we can survive, if our democracy can survive, Greta Thunberg, and what's she doing? She's trying to overthrow democracy? Greta Thunberg? Is that what she's doing? I mean, they're so fragile. These little, weak little boys. Oh, Greta Thunberg wants to live in a planet that's inhabitable. Oh, geez. She advocates for cleaner planet. She advocates for being conscious about our contributions, about making the world a better place. Oh, wow, what a bitch. Right? But they all worship this Elon Musk, this fucking sociopath. And Peter Thiel, who is a sociopath. And Peter Thiel doesn't like democracy. So this is another thing that the corporate media never, ever puts together. I don't get it. I don't know. We don't connect the dots. Remember how we were told, we failed to connect the dots on 9/11. Bullshit. We failed to connect the dots everywhere. How about you connect the dots that a gay billionaire who funds a totally straight J.D. Vance, who, even though he wrote in his book that he was questioning his gender identity. Okay, whatever. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors with him and Peter Thiel when they're discussing overthrowing the grand experiment in liberal democracy. It must get them a little bit worked up. Obviously, it makes Peter Thiel sweaty. We saw him on that Piers Morgan interview. You look like, he looks pretty pasty to me. Pale, stale, dead eyes, sweaty, ugh, smelly, stinky, greedy, grifty. And, so, you got to connect the dots. I give money, right? I don't understand. That's the other thing. Of course, we have all these fake-ass campaign finance laws that mean nothing because billionaires can buy politicians and corrupt government. But we're only allowed to pour, I think it's like $5,000 is the limit for regular people. And, I'll give my little pittance to candidates that share my beliefs, that I believe share my view, my point of view, and want to make the world a better place. People who believe in democracy and e pluribus unum and shit. That's who I give money to. So I would imagine if Peter Thiel is going to fund somebody's entire political career and career, that they're going to fund somebody who believes that, like Peter Thiel does, that democracy doesn't work. That's what he says. That's what he says openly. So why is he giving money to J.D. Vance, the so-called, the vice president of the United States? Yeah. I mean, another age, that would be something, right? That people would discuss. That the vice president gets money from a billionaire who is an antagonist to our system of government that the founders created and entrusted to us. The system that the Republicans are overthrowing. No, it's not democracy. As much as Elon Musk wants to lecture us on it from the Oval Office that he bought. Oh, well, the people are getting what they voted for. No, they're not. Nobody voted for mass layoffs now. Did anybody vote for that? Mass layoffs now. Mass layoffs now. $18 a dozen. I want my eggs to be $18 a dozen. Bring back inflation. Make everything more expensive again. Oh, wait. It's coming already. I did a little video over at the Political Voices Substack page. If you want to go check it out one of these days. But, the MAGAts in Alabama woke up to some bad news the other day because, well, they're in Alabama, but Katie Britt is their rep. Where is this? Where's my history? Where am I? Who am I? Why am I? We can have a conversation about that. Why? Why am I? Am I speaking too low? Am I speaking real good or am I speaking real low? When I was in basic training, I always remember one of my drill sergeants saying, I think I told you this, I don't speak good English, but I'm speaking it real good now. That's what he would say. I don't speak good English. I'm speaking it real good now. I miss him. All right. What the hell am I doing? Here it is. I'm just afraid of pushing buttons tonight. And I don't mean figurative buttons. I'm talking about the literal ones that stop the clock and all that. All right. Yes, look at this. Trader Trump, the convicted felon, tax cheat, draft dodge and con man, signs an executive order, and a bunch of Alabamese, they woke up to find out that not only are their electric bills now more expensive, but they owe the government. So it's not that their subsidies are gone, they got to pay them back. Hold on a second. Oh, leopards. Leopards in the face. Leopards, they love those faces. Around 250 Huntsville Utilities customers were unexpectedly charged $100 due to the revocation of the Supplemental Energy Assistance Grant tied to a pause in funding prompted by the convicted felon con man executive order. And the grant funding pause originated from an executive order titled Unleashing American Energy by the con man, specifically targeting energy-related programs under the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act that Republicans all loathe, except for the fact that they benefit from them. And then they're like, wait, whoa, me? You mean my Infrastructure Inflation Reduction Act grant? Me? Hold on, I have another video. I forgot to send it to I forgot to send it to the computer. But right on cue, of course, they called the representatives, the Republicans that they continue to send to fake represent them, in spite of the fact that they do nothing for them, again and again. I don't understand. What are you sending these people to office to do? They do shit for you. All of them voted against the subsidy that you're now crying about. Yeah, they voted against it. The infrastructure bill and the Inflation Reduction Act. And now they're like, oh, please, my. See, Republicans love Trump's spending cuts, just not in their states. Right on cue. I know you're not surprised. They're trying to make these carve-outs in all of the executive orders. Wait a minute. Not my Alabamans. Not my red state voters. Not the ones who benefit. Yeah, lawmakers like Katie Britt of Alabama. She says, what did she say? She was, and the other thing is they're going after, because one of the largest employers in Alabama is the University of Alabama. And guess what? Bye-bye research grants. Bye-bye. So people are losing their jobs. We are going back so fast. Our heads are going to spin. We are better braced for whiplash. But that's what they voted for. I don't care. I want them to feel the sting of the lash of what they've inflicted on themselves. I don't want it to hurt normal people, good people. But it will. Yeah, Katie Britt, you remember her? The fake Katie Britt, the one who gave the most embarrassing response to the State of the Union since the last Republican response to the State of the Union. They were, pretending to be human with feelings is very difficult for them. She had to go into some story. Somebody was raped again and again, pretending she cared. And of course, it was all nothing but lies. And in fact, the assault she was talking about had happened under the con man's administration. Pisha. Truth. What is truth? Yes, the Republicans support the spending cuts, but not for them. Spending cuts for thee, not for me. Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska requested exemptions from diversity program cuts for American Indian tribes in her state. Oh, no, that's diversity. Anything that is not white gets cut. You too, Bobby. Republican lawmakers from states introduced legislation to transfer the Food for Peace program to the Agriculture Department, because they haven't got to the Agriculture Department yet to cut. Yes. Yeah, of course. Senator Britt and others have sought direct engagement with the Trump administration. Senator Katie Britt went to, what's his face? The brainworm. She's trying to get him to help her preserve key funding for her fuckers, for the people who continue to send her to her cushy, phony baloney job where she votes against them again and again and again, while Alabama remains in the top 10 of all negative measures. Highest in poverty rate, low education, low health care, low health outcomes. Why? Why do they vote for them? Right? You know why? I can tell you. It's because they hate the same people they do. That's it. It has to be. Because they're not getting anything out of it. What else do you get out of it? You're not getting health care. But this is the problem. It's a problem of democratic messaging. And we complain about it. But here's a prime example of it. Why don't these Alabamians know who buttered their goddamn bread and who's taking it away from them? Why? Why don't they know that they get that their subsidies, that they're allowed, $100 when you're on a fixed budget? That's a lot of money. That's another bill you could pay. Maybe that's a trip to, I don't know, to sit in a diner with a couple of friends and buy a cup of coffee. Enjoy your life a little bit. Have take a walk and buy an ice cream or something. That's what they take away from the American people. Just the freedom to be a human being. And, $100, you got to tighten your belt more. You're already tightened belt, and that's, now that eggs are $18 a freaking dozen, good luck. Keep voting Republican, and this is the problem. That's what I'm talking about. Like, how do we break through to these people? The Democrats were complaining about how they don't get the message out. They really don't. But it's also the corporate media. The Democrats suck at the message. Now, I've been thinking about this more and more. We can only do so much here on our little Tarabuster show, of course. We try. And but like, where's Joe Biden, for example? I know he's an institutionalist. He's gone away. He won't be seen again. That's not how you play it. We couldn't get rid of that goddamn MAGAt. And that MAGAt is out there blaming everything on Biden. Oh, it's horrible. It's terrible. Get the fuck out of here, you whiny bitch. He's blaming $18 eggs on Biden because there was some kind of egg holocaust, he said. Or chicken, because Biden killed all the chickens. That wasn't Biden. There's bird flu, booby. I wish you would eat some fucking diseased chickens. I really do. Gobble them up. That's the first. I mean, that chicken would be doing a national service. Eat all the diseased chickens, please. Have a nice chicken roast at the White House with all the diseased chickens. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's what he's saying. Oh, it's Joe Biden. But regardless, Joe Biden wouldn't leave the American people, behind, for one thing. He would tell the American people what we're up against with the bird flu. Yeah, instead, Trump signed another one of his... He took out his little Sharpie, his stupid-looking signature that looks like a bunch of Klansmen hanging out, and prevents. And now he gagged the national. What did he gag? The Health and Human Services, Department of Health and Human Services, and the CDC from releasing any public health information. That'll fix it. Oh my God. So I do hope. Have a chicken roast. Get all those chickens to the White House. He loves chicken McNuggets. That will be a sacrifice I think the chickens would be willing to make. The most patriotic sacrifice a chicken could ever make. I mean, their pigeons have won the Medal of Honor. It would be great for a whole flock of chickens to get the Medal of Honor, the Medal of Freedom. Right? I would certainly consider them patriots, those chickens. Doing their patriotic duty to save America. And thank you, Jim, for your super chat. And thank you for being a moderator in the chat room, keeping the chat room safe. Yeah. Oh, shit. There goes my computer. Great. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, is Harris still on vacation? Where the fuck is she? Exactly. Get your ass out here, lady. This ain't normal. This ain't regular order time. It's time to get it, suit up and show up. I don't want to hear this is what you do. Let the one president at a time. Bullshit. What the Democrats need to do right now is that they need to run a shadow government. That's what they got to do. Say this is what would be happening if we were in charge. That's what you do. And you never stop. You never let up. And you go to Alabama. And instead of saying, Republicans, take back your party, the American people need a strong Republican Party that's done so much good for America, which they've never done a goddamn thing for America. You say to them, what the hell is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why do you keep voting against your own better interest? Why do you keep voting for your own demise? You hate yourself that much? Or is hate for others that intoxicating? Because that's what it must be. The hate that they exist on. It must be a very intoxicating poison, an addictive poison that kills the vessel in which it lives, in which hosts it, if that's the proper word. Right? Because they must be voting for these people because why? They hate trans people too. They hate gay people. They love Jesus. Supposedly. I really do wish they loved Jesus. I do. I swear to God. I would appreciate that, if that, like that woman who, welcome the stranger, be kind, we were strangers too. That would be brilliant. It would be beautiful. Welcome, leave no one behind, feed the hungry, house the homeless. Right? Share and share, treat people like you want to be treated. I don't know if that's in the Bible, but seems certainly like common sense. Oh, yes. Well, Trump has the kind of common sense that is all about hate. Well, I have common sense, he says. That's why I know black people must have done this. Black people made a plane crash. Now we have like 6 plane crashes in 4 weeks. I wonder why. That's because they're pulling the plug on everything that functions. They're making it not function. This is what Republicans do, and they've been doing this my entire life. From the time Reagan shoved Bill Bennett, made him in charge of the Department of Education, an antagonist to the Department of Education. The Republicans have been up to their dirty tricks. That's what they do. They put their poison pills into the agencies for that are supposed to be, that they're supposed to be in charge of these agencies, but they're there to destroy them from the inside. Now it's on steroids. It's just on full tilt boogie with this man-child Musk, this goddamn sociopath, who is the poster child for why billionaires are sociopaths, and they shouldn't exist. There's no reason anyone should be a billionaire. And that's the thing. I haven't heard on any corporate media shows at all. No one will question the fact that a billionaire is anathema to freedom and democracy. They're not the pinnacle of human existence. They are a sign of a sick system. And they need to be stopped. And how dare Elon Musk send anybody a pink slip? How dare any of them? How dare they? We want a functioning government. No, if you go on this fake Department of Government Efficiency website, let's see. It was hacked earlier because they don't know what the fuck they're doing, of course. It has a .gov, URL. It's just a bunch of tweets. The people voted for major reform. Did they? Not like this, bitch. First of all, no, the people didn't vote for major reform. The fucking con man, if I have to choke on my words, I'll repeat myself again. He won by the slimmest majority since the Great Depression. He won by a 1.6% margin. Period. More people voted against him than voted for him. They keep saying he won the popular vote. Even on the corporate media, on the so-called liberal media, I've heard them say, yeah, did he win the popular vote? No. More people voted against him than voted for him. That's not the popular vote. He may have won more votes than Harris, but over 50% of the American people voted against him. More people, they voted for Harris and others, and then there were other candidates. So combine those, more people voted against him than voted for him. That's not a mandate. That's not the popular vote. It's absolutely infuriating. I can't handle it. And he's such a petty little tiny bitch. Just like, of course, J.D. Vance. This is all in good humor. But if we could survive Greta Thunberg. What does she do? What has Greta Thunberg done? think about climate change. What a what a what a bitch. What a bitch. I was gonna say see you next Tuesday, but then I realized I'm not in England. I'm not in England anymore. I wish I were. I do. I wish I were. I mean, it's just so... Ugh. Alright, where do I want to go from here? Let's see. Well, I hate them all, so let's go to... Leopard... Well, what time is it? Keeping track of the time. I like singing too, okay? Sometimes I will sing on this show. Let's see. I can't take it. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, they're voting for they must be voting for hate. And here's something I found on Leopards Eat. Oh, well, we'll go to Leopards Eating Your Face in a minute. Here's the video, actually. Which kind of relates to what I was showing you earlier. Oh, come on, man. Here it is. Come on, man.
I need your help to save my...
Okay. I got this off of my phone, so...
farm and many other farms.
Look at this shit.
I need your help to save my farm and many other farms. I wanted to give you guys an update on what we figured out with our contract through NRCS. So to give you some backstory, if you haven't watched the previous video, please go out, watch that previous video I've got on there. We are possibly going to lose our farm if NRCS doesn't hold up their contract with us on the EQIP program. So the reason that they're not able to hold up the contract is our EQIP program, which is cost sharing on fences, waters, a well, and some seedings, was funded by the Inflation Reduction Act. Because of the executive orders, there's a pause or a freeze on the funding through the Inflation Reduction Act, and they're not able to pay out on the stuff that we completed or anything going forward. But the issue I have is I've already done a bunch of the work, already paid for the material, already paid for the labor, so I'm out all that cost, and I use my farm operating expenses in order to do those projects. Because
yeah, but you got to get your bootstraps out.
Cost sharing refunds on the stuff once completed, and now that...
Hold on a second. Get those bootstraps. Here, let's continue with this poor MAGAt. He's a MAGAt, by the way, and he's upset. He's going to lose his farm.
Completed, they're saying that they're unable to provide the funds because of the freeze on the Inflation Reduction Act funds. So I reached out to a couple different senators and Congress people. I reached out to Ann Wagner's office. I have not heard back from them. I reached out to Josh Hawley's office. I have heard back from him, not from him personally, but from his office.
And what they say?
They are looking into it because they said that this should not be...
They're looking into it. They said it should not be happening. Really? What are they going to do? They voted for it. What are they going to do, honey? Ann Wagner, another Republican. What's she going to do for you? She voted for it. They all love the funding, you know. They're all protecting Elon Musk. Well, it's so sad, too bad, right? Remember that video? That they were like, oh, so sad, too bad, wiping their eyes. Roseanne and that fucking Canadian rapper. Daddy's home. Oh, well, daddy's home. They have this daddy complex. Republicans. They really do. I think it's because their daddy beat them and like called them a faggot or something, right? That's what it's about. So they hate themselves. And I could say that word because I am a faggot. So, and I don't like saying it, but I had to say it for the, effect. Let's not say that word. It's not a good word. I don't like it. It's like the N-word, but I had to say it to get the message across. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I could have chose my words better. But I will never say the N-word. That's because I can't. I'm not allowed. And I don't want to. Who wants to? That's the other thing. They think they're not free. That's Republicans. You know, they're not free unless they can say the N-word. There's a lot of other words you can say. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, you're so put upon. You can't say the N-word. But they say it in rap songs. Why can't I say? Well, why don't you get a clue and then shut your mouth? And who cares? Aren't they so tedious? And the fact that we have to explain things like that to them goes to show you they shouldn't be in charge of anything. So, and here's another, this is real lives they're affecting. This man-child Musk, this unelected South African billionaire. I saw this on Blue Sky. This woman, I maxed out my credit card, emptied my savings account, and took out a loan to move from Alabama to Bethesda, Maryland. I don't even qualify for unemployment since I only worked at the NIH for a month. I will be financially and medically devastated. Today, along with 2,000 other NIH employees, I had to clear out my office. It was truly the honor of my life to work with such incredibly passionate people focused on improving human health. Oh, well, you can't have that when billionaires want your money. Human health. Please. Who cares? You're going to die. You're grist for the mill. As Ayn Rand said, you're fuel to be burned by someone who deserves it. Someone like Elon Musk, who was born an inch from home plate thinking he hit a home run. And now he needs your money. He needs all that money that's going to the general welfare. That's got to go to his fucking welfare. And his little booger-picking kid. And anybody else, that sidles up to him. Any other Nazis he wants to endorse. And they're just horrible people. So that's what I'm talking about. What do you expect? You want America, you make America great again? Start with good, right? How can you make anything great when you're not even a good person? You're not good. You're evil. You're greedy. You're small and stupid and vindictive and childish and criminal and corrupt. We don't deserve this. Maybe they do. MAGAts do. Oh, yeah. Because they don't know. They don't see the light unless something affects them directly. And they're just so tedious. That's why they can't stand America. And they have to drag us backwards. Because America, like I said, is just too big. The concept of we're in this together, of e pluribus unum, of helping people, of out of many one, of investing in the future. They can't fucking handle that. They can't, they don't understand. Why should I have to pay for this if I don't get any blah, blah, blah? But they don't understand. Why should I? Why should my tax dollars go to keep the electricity on in some stupid Alabama hovel? Because all my blue state dollars got to go and prop up these poorly run red states. Why? Because we all benefit in a modern country where people aren't literally sitting in the dark. We would hope, though, they would educate themselves. Maybe use that light to read a book or something. Instead, they go down a Q hole. They turn themselves into lickspittles of billionaires. And who they love, for whatever reason. Please, trickle on me. Beg some more. Beg another 30 years. Maybe they'll trickle in your mouth a little, if you're lucky. It's just heartbreaking to read this. I don't know if this person's a MAGAt. They're on Blue Sky, so it makes me wonder that they're not. Right. Formerly the director of curriculum at genomics, bioinformatics, insulin signal, scientist, somebody. Oh, well, why don't you go and figure out like a multi-level marketing vitamin scam? Right? Maybe you can get, I don't know, some kind of, let's see, recession-proof business opportunity. The Trump Network, that's a good one. The Trump Network vitamin scam. It's just fucking unbelievable. And, and how many people, think about, they're stopping funding for cancer research, diabetes, Alzheimer's. They are setting us back generations. How many more people will die because of Republicans? And last show, we were talking about how the suicide rate goes up when conservatives are in charge. It's a demonstrable fact. We have the numbers. Suicide, death by despair, or deaths of despair, overdoses, things like that. Of course it does. People are going to kill themselves now. People are going to lose hope. There'll be no options. They'll have no lifelines. What are you going to do? That's what I was, saying in general. 2 million people losing their job. Where are you going to go? Scums. These scums. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? Right? What are you going to do? Oh, we'll give you 8 months of severance. Bullshit, for one thing. But what are you going to do after 8 months? Go work at Walmart? Take your master's degree in bioengineering and go work at Walmart? Or what? Right? Go dig a ditch? These fucking bastards. I hate them.
Hello, I'm Donald Trump, and welcome to the Trump Network. I want you to know why I'm so excited to be a part of this great organization. At no time in recent history has our economy been in the state that it is today. It's
That's
a
your
mess.
president.
The economic meltdown, greed, and ineptitude in the financial industry have sabotaged the dreams of millions of people.
I'm sorry, it's so loud.
Americans need a new plan. They need a new dream. The Trump Network wants to give millions of people renewed hope and with an exciting plan to opt out of the recession. Let's get out of this.
Opt out of the recession. Oh, I'm sorry. I know. I didn't mean to do that to you. That was cruel and unusual punishment for my favorite people on earth, the Tarabuster audience. I'm sorry. Opt out of the recession. What a fucking grifter. What a grifter. What a dirtbag. Do we deserve this? Do we deserve a grifter like that? Who did we screw over in a past life, collectively, to do that? To have that monster inflicted on us? Anybody? And okay, and speaking of, the leopards are coming for the faces. And then I saw this on the leopards eating my face. Hold on. Leopards eating my face. I like leopards. Very cute. They're very cute when they're little. I just saw this very cute video of somebody that thought they rescued a kitten, but it was a fox. And they raised it, and it grew up to be like a dog. It was so adorable. And I thought, if we were not living in fascism, these are the kind of videos we would watch and discuss. Right? So, alright. I'm looking for it. That's what you need sometimes, to just look at some cute little foxes when they're little. Adorable. Alright, where's my Safari? Leopards eating my face. Oh no, it's on the Project 2025, I think. Sorry, guys. It's okay. We just talk amongst yourself. And do. Here it is. Ugh, JD Vance. How is it all sounding? Check 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Be-do-do-do-do. Bum bum bum. All right. It's going to be a new show on Thursday, everybody. Hope you're excited. On the Political Voices Network. Tara Dublin and Tara Devlin, The Tara Show. What do you think about that? That's good, right? All right, I came across this, and it made me want to puke. So this was a post on the conservative Reddit page, which I peruse. And I also post at as a conservative. You know, I'm undercover over there. I like to say things like, you know, I don't think that this is good for conservatism or whatever. I think he's embarrassing us and things like that. I want to see how people respond if I get any of them. Like, you know, when he salutes and shit. This draft dodging dirtbag salutes. Like he was saluting at the football game or whatever. I don't watch football. Not that I hate it. I just don't care about football. So I didn't watch it. But I saw the picture of him saluting at the, like, standing there with us. You know, like, fuck you, buddy. You goddamn draft dodger. Oh, well, he's the commander-in-chief. Well, he's a civilian. That's another way that he screwed our country. Right? He's not a goddamn military leader. I mean, well, he's the commander-in-chief, but he's a civilian. He's not a dictator, is what I'm trying to say. If he could, he'd wear a nice little military uniform. That's what he would, like Mussolini or Hitler. Because he thinks it's strong. Because he's a weak, tiny bitch. He doesn't have any idea about strength. And the fact is, he shouldn't be saluting. He never earned the right. And if you're not in uniform, you shouldn't salute. And especially if you're not a goddamn veteran, a service member. When Eisenhower became the president of the United States, he never saluted. Okay? You put your hand over your heart. Even though Eisenhower was the supreme Allied commander of the armed forces in World War II. But he didn't salute when he was not in uniform, when he was in the position of president. So who is this fucking draft-dodging, bone-spur, goddamn coward? Who is he? Exactly. Civilians you're supposed to put your hand over your heart. But he stands there with his face all stern. Oh, isn't he tough? It just makes me sick, really. It makes me effing sick. You're not supposed to salute, even if you served. You're supposed to put your hand over your heart. Only people in uniform salute. Who the fuck are you? Goddamn draft-dodging prick. Oh, my feeties hurt. I can't do anything for my country. I don't know why. What's in it for them? Suckers and losers, right? He couldn't go to the cemetery to honor the people who had made the ultimate sacrifice fighting somebody like him because it was raining out. Oh, my hair. Why should I go and honor those suckers and losers, he said. Because they died. They were suckers and losers. You know, they lost. Loser. Ha. Fucking prick. I hate him. Where's those chickens with bird flu? Come on, chickens. Come on. I've done a lot for you. I've done a lot for the animal community. I'm speaking to my animal friends on the astral plane. Come on. Bird flu and chicken. Do something. All right. Here's a post from the conservative Reddit page. Losing friends and family every day. With Trump winning the election, I, like probably most of you, have had several friends and family members cut me out of their life due to who I voted for. I've given some of my reasons. On the top of the list is border security. 'Cause you're a fucking baboon who falls for it every time, right? Yeah, we had a good border bill that the Border Patrol wanted and would have given 5,000 more judges, more Border Patrol officers, fentanyl detection machines, all these other things that all the Border Patrol want. But no. The baboon said no. He needed to campaign on open borders that don't exist. That's the other thing that where the Democrats are shit at messaging. When they go on, Biden's open borders. It's a canard. It's bullshit. They're basically ringing the dinner bell then. There's no and I never hear the Democrats say that. When the Republicans go on about open borders, Biden's open borders, what they're doing is they're signaling, oh, open borders, time to come. And it's not true. I you know what it is? I don't know what it is, maybe. The Democrats, maybe they count on they don't think the American people are as dumb as they are? Is that it? They think better of them, that they'll figure it out? Is that it? You can't leave anything on the table. You have to spell it out again and again and again. And you have to do it unapologetically. You can't be like, bipartisan bill here. No, you got to say, these people don't like democracy. They don't even want to function in a democracy, as you can see. They can't even call us by our name, these immature, booger-eating pricks. That's what you say. Oh, no, you got to be Robert's Rules of Order, I guess. At this point, we're doomed. Maybe. All right, so let's continue with this. This poor conservative losing friends because of his vote. Like many of you, on top of the list is border security, because I'm a dumbass and I believe everything I hear from Fox News, even though it makes viewers dumber and less informed than those who watch no news at all. Okay. And was fined the largest fine in American history for lying to its viewers. All right. And I've seen my neighborhood destroyed by fentanyl. That's the border. No, the majority of fentanyl comes through the, airports and shit. But whatever. It doesn't matter. And, of course, the border bill would have had more fentanyl detection machines. But they don't give a shit. I don't know where this person lives. It sounds like he lives in, Armageddon. He lives in Mad Maxville. Homeless population has exploded in my area over the past 5 years. Well, blame conservatism for that. That's the other thing. You see, which drives me insane. All of the challenges that the American people face as far as cost of living, thank you, Reagan. Thank you, conservatives, for changing the tax code, for making taking this country that was the most upwardly mobile and turning it into the least upwardly mobile, from the slightest income gap to the widest income gap, because you changed the tax code and funneled more money to the rich, and then you cut lifelines. That's why, the working class became the more malleable working poor. It's not by accident, booby. And they think that it's because why? Why do the working people, the lowest paid worker, Now, in the 50 years ago, used to be 50 times the highest paid worker, and that was the gap between the CEO and like the janitor, let's say. Now it's over 400. It's probably more now. It's probably 500 times more. You think that's because why? It's because of the tax code. And then they busted unions. They went after unions. We used to have a 35% unionized rate in the country. Then it went down to less than 5%. That doesn't have any effect? These people are fucking clueless. They think, and that's what I'm talking about. They're like, the cost of living. When you have, when the trader last time shuts down the government and then people have to go, they miss one paycheck and they're on a food bank line. And they all think they're middle class. That's not middle class. But we've all been bamboozled, and now it's only going to get worse thanks to Republicans. Good luck. You think that giving all the, like firing 2 million people and shutting down government services, research services, anything that has any human attached to it, anything that isn't funneling money into Elon Musk's asshole, you think that all of a sudden it's all going to rain down prosperity on you? You haven't been paying attention, booba. Crime is out of control. Of course, crime is down all over the country. I don't know where this fucker lives. I got to take his word for it, of course. I live across from a drop house. What's a drop house? Is that a flop house? Illegals are coming out and coming and going all day. I don't know how he thinks they're illegal. Does he check their papers? Illegals are coming and going all day. Okay, I'll have to take your word for it. Are you out there, papers, please? Get a job with the Gestapo, then. Maybe, yeah. You'll get out your frustrations. You can kick some migrants, take their water or whatever the hell they like to do. Several other reasons why, but those are what's most important to me and my family. Racism and stupidity. I have had a handful of families stop talking to me and my wife because they found out we voted for Trump. Well, they sound like people I would like to know. My sister, okay, here we go. My sister has a trans daughter. That means you have a trans niece, honey, but okay. And she cut me out of her life. Not surprised, because she has done this multiple times over dumb shit. Yeah, dumb shit like you vilifying and dehumanizing your niece. Now I have someone I've been close to my whole life. Him and his wife have a trans daughter, under 13, and they're telling me Trump's executive orders are trying to erase their daughter. They don't want to hear any reason why I voted for Trump. We had a big family trip planned, and they just backed out 2 weeks before. Good on them. How much do you have to hate yourself to go hang out with some Trumpanzee who hates your family, who votes against your family, who's that unconscious that they don't see the cause and effect of their actions? That it matters. That you don't think. I mean, the fact that they don't even think it matters is really stunning. And it makes it matter even more. Who are you, buddy? Why should we, can't we all get along? This is not a matter of we all agree on an economically vibrant, upwardly mobile working class. Just have more conservative or more progressive ways or ideas of how to get there. You're talking about the not just symbolic annihilation of trans people, but the annihilation of trans people. You're trying to make them de-transition. You're trying to make them want to kill themselves. That's what you're trying to do. You have and you have no business knowing any. First of all, it's not your business. But that's what you're doing. I wouldn't tell these fuckers, I wouldn't go into their life and tell them what they have to do. But they do that to us all the time. That's a conservative for you. After I fronted the money for a huge cabin, the friends backed out of the trip. Good for them. That sucks, but oh well. I'm super bummed about losing close friends. Well, how close could they have been to you? You obviously didn't give a shit about them. Here's what gets me. I never let politics get in the way of friendship. I know that's life. This is not politics. You're talking about somebody's life. I know that's life. No, you don't. You're talking about somebody's life. And people come and go, but I'm trying to educate myself more on this topic. Well, why are you going to the conservative Reddit page? I know he signed executive orders not allowing biological boys/men to play in female sports, which isn't a fucking thing, but it's all symbolic. You know how Republicans are always like, virtue signaling. Oh, they're virtue signaling. That's all Republicans do, is virtue signaling. Signaling they have no virtue. Signaling that they have no decency. That's the virtues they signal. Their hypocrisy. That they hate everyone else. That they're selfish. That they're small. But can you all tell me what else he has done? What else? That's not enough? That's not enough. Denying the necessary medical treatment that somebody needs. It's like somebody coming and slapping the glasses off my face and saying, well, we believe in God's will. You will never see, that's if God wants you to be blind, well. That's what the words. I mean, that's how it's really akin to it. How dare they step in between anyone's medical treatment? It's not their fucking business. I don't believe in glasses. Your eyes should just be whatever God gave you. Right? What's the difference? Oh, because it has to do with peepees. It has to do with gender. And they're very fucking confused about that. They're very triggered. Because they're fucking weird. They should just mind their own business. Oh, lordy, I hope there are tapes. My name is Tara Devlin. Thank you for hanging out. This is the end of the Progressive Voices part of the show, but we got more show over at youtube.com/C for channel/Tarabuster. Because we will win. Thank you, Charlie from APS Radio News. Thank you, patrons. Patreon.com/Tara Devlin. Check out the Tara Show on Thursdays at the Political Voices Network at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Tara Dublin and Tara Devlin. We're on the right side of history. Decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. We stick together, we win. See you soon. All right. I'm super bummed, says the guy. Not me. But can you all tell me what he has done? Their daughter is on hormone therapy. And this is what gets me, too. This is the kicker. Their daughter is on hormone therapy. We live in Arizona. Will they no longer be able to get that? You see, it's like, so that we gotta just go by the luck of the draw. Will they be able to get it in their state? Or will they have to move? Will they have to go to another state? It's like, who the fuck, what have you done to us? And that alone, can't you really stretch your imagination there, bub? I know you're a conservative, and that's tough, and they're not very imaginative or inventive. But, you know, even asking that question, well, you know, they live in Arizona. What do you care? Right? Like, how selfish. How small. Man, I'm trying to find the original post here. Losing every day. Wow. A lot of people posting. Anyone else getting strain on their friendship due to TDS? Yeah, that's Trump derangement syndrome. Yes, we're all deranged. Everyone's deranged. It's just Trump derangement syndrome. It's not Trump derangement syndrome. It's having eyes. It's having morals. It's being intelligent, having a emotionally mature mindset, being emotionally capable of functioning in a free democratic society, a diverse society, and knowing exactly who that con man is. Trump derangement syndrome. There's nothing more deranged than thinking that a tax cheating, draft dodging, wannabe dictator con man is fit to be the president, a convicted felon, a convicted rapist who called up the Secretary of State of Georgia and said, I need you to find me the votes to win, who sent a mob to the Capitol to defecate and urinate in the halls and beat police, who raped E. Jean Carroll, who had classified documents in his shitter and was waving them around to his donors, who met in secret with Putin behind closed doors with no Americans present and confiscated the transcript. You know, there's nothing more deranged than thinking that thing is fit for anything other than a jail cell. So that's what I get. Trump derangement syndrome. It's called being a patriot. Being normal. I work in a field that is heavily left-wing, and as a result, many of my friends are also left-wing. By and large, this hasn't been a problem traditionally, but I'm starting to see some real freakouts from people I'm close to and worry this may cause issues in our friendships. I was curious if anyone else is experiencing the same. I've cut off most people who have TDS. It's literally impossible to talk to them about anything. Is it? Do you have a mirror? They find ways to weave political discourse, mostly about them hating the USA. Really? No, we love the USA. That's why we want to save it from monsters who are dragging it back to the Dark Ages, who are overturning the American Revolution. Right? I mean, it's like every day is opposite day in Republican Bizarro world. So as far as the losing friends, let's see. Losing friends because of the the trans kids. This person's niece is trans and he voted to annihilate her. And somebody writes, prepare yourself for a barrage of you deserve this. Yeah, you do. You do. Maybe you do, right? If you ask the question, be prepared for the answer, right? If you're asking, I am assuming you want to know the answer. So be prepared. Yeah, you better look at yourself. Yes. And then it's because you're a terrible human. Yeah, you are a terrible human. I don't get it. If these people you know, if everyone is telling you you're a terrible human, except other terrible humans, you need to look at yourself. You know, if one person says you're a duck, another person's, you know, you might laugh at it, and then another person says you're a duck, you might be like, okay. If everybody's saying you're a duck, you better maybe look. Maybe you're fucking waddling and quacking. Okay, so they write, it's because, listen to this. Prepare yourself for a barrage of "you deserve this. It's because you're a terrible person" type messages from a bunch of whiny liberal babies who can't figure out their own lives, yet they think they are the moral compass of the world. See, but you're not a terrible person. How do you, who are you talking about? Yes, because conservatives are so well known for their being so put together, right? No, they're totally not. I mean, even when, and this is why they need their privilege, right? Their white male privilege. Because without it, where would they be? Where would Pete Hegseth be? You know, it's real rich listening to these fuckers lecture anybody on qualifications when they're not qualified to judge a wet t-shirt contest at the Jersey, I can't talk, at the Jersey Shore. For real. You know. Right? They're not fit. They're not fit to, you know, judge a goddamn hot dog eating contest at the Jersey Shore. Because they would cheat. They'd cheat. They'd rig it. They'd fix it. Especially the wet t-shirt contest. Forget it. They'd expect favors. They'd give it to the ones who, you know, did things for them behind the scenes. They'd skim off the top. They'd take the prize money. They'd run out. They'd drink. They'd show up drunk. They have no decency. I mean, look at Pete Hegseth. He's somebody. They're all so clearly unqualified. It's embarrassing to the United States. What a disgrace. What would the founders think? You think George Washington would put Pete Hegseth in any position of authority in the Continental Army? He would be drummed out. He's a drunk. He's got no honor. He's a liar. He can't show up to his day job sober, for Christ's sakes. He couldn't show up. He couldn't put it together for, you know, however long it takes to just stay sober at Fox News during the day. That's a sign of a very serious, you know, disease. You're in the grips. So yes, that's it. All liberals can't figure out their lives, I guess. And we want to lecture everybody. Are we lecturing? I mean, nobody lectures more than the fucking Republicans. Right? And they're such petty little bitches. Now listen, I gotta play this video. Even though it's gonna make me even madder than I am. It was at when Trader Trump was holding a press conference with the Indian Prime Minister. It's like, all right, let's just play it for a second.
About this partnership upcoming, and I was curious, how much more confident are you with...
See, look at the lower third, reporter. Now, this is a reporter. I've looked everywhere, and I've looked at the different feeds to find out who this reporter is. And I have another angle.
How much more confident
here.
are you
Okay,
with...
so that's what he looks like. But there's no identifier. He doesn't identify himself. He just stands up and starts asking a question. And usually a reporter stands up and says, you know, Joe Schmo from the Washington Post, right? But Trump, and if they don't, they ask them, oh, who are you? Or they even know these people. You know, hey, Joe Blow, you're next from AP or whatnot. This person, he just stands up and starts asking this incredibly fake question. Here we go.
About this partnership upcoming. And I was curious, how much more confident are you with President Trump leading this country that there will be peace through strength and you will have a successful partnership with the United States versus with Biden's incompetence and weakness over the last 4 years?
Wow. Why are you fucking laughing?
That's your question, but I'll answer it. I agree with you. Yeah, gross incompetence.
How dare you?
We're going to have a fantastic relationship, and it has been. Look, the whole world's been set back over the last 4 years by the weakness of the United States, the weak leadership.
You prick. What a petty little bitch. Who is this person? How much? I mean, what kind of question is that? This is a very exciting partnership. How much? Just curious. What question? What kind of fucking question is that? How confident are you in the fact that my Lord and Master Savior, Donald Jesus Christ Trump, has the biggest dick and is gonna bring us all to orgasm here on Earth simultaneously in the next 4 years, and that bastard, that scumbag Biden, who left him the great economy and the unemployment rate lower than in decades, and manufacturing back in the country, and lower crime rate, and like nobody's ever seen. How confident are you in the awesomeness that stands before you? This is fucking unbelievable. But why are they laughing? That's what one of the most disappointing things that I've had to come to grips with in the past 4 years, well, and especially the past few weeks, is watching the absolute cowardice of so many people. And now we don't have to really question anymore, about how did it happen in Germany? How could good people let that happen, fall to fascism, sit there and watch the trains go by, or just take, and that's what happened in Germany. They would, all of a sudden, well, look at this, there's a new apartment available right here in this nice part of town. Great. Or a shop. Wow, look at this vacant shop. Hey, look at this, a nice here's a good job at the university. All of a sudden is free for me. Buddha, get back. And so, and they knew what was going on. The train, people would disappear in the middle of the night. Trains leaving. Where were they going? Never coming back. Oh well, right? People knew what was happening. Of course it can happen here. It is happening here because of the cowardice. It's really disappointing, and it goes to show you, and I've been thinking about it a lot, that like we say all the time on the show, that it takes maturity to function in a free democratic society. It also takes courage. It takes a courage that a lot of people don't possess. Clearly, on the right, they don't possess it. Now, and I always wonder, what do you think? Don't you have any dignity? J.D. Vance? Don't you have any dignity? Right? He's somebody, America's Hitler. Now he's lecturing the people of Germany about that they should accept their far right parties without, and just let them run rampant, because if we could deal with Greta Thunberg, because she's annoying to me, right? She annoyed me with her calls to do something about climate change. So annoying. What an annoying girl. She's a girl. How dare she tell anybody to think about their actions, to give a shit about the earth. Try to make it better. Try to leave it better than they found it for the next generation. How dare she? What a bitch. What a tiresome bitch she is. And she's so irritating, right? How dare a little girl, tell people, tell us boys, us big men, with our billions of dollars and our fucking scams and our grifts and our gold and our crypto and our fucking vitamin multi-level marketing scams and our Bibles, our fake Bible sales, and our NFTs and our posters and our calendars. How dare she tell us to give a shit about anybody while we're firing the federal workforce? I mean, firing people who are trying to help, right? Firing good people, not just maggots. Some good people are getting fucked too. But ultimately, we're all getting fucked. The leopards are coming for all our faces. Because it will matter down the road that they have zeroed out research funding, cancer funding, drug funding, medical research, or anything. They're going into the IRS, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, that's returned billions of dollars to the American people. Of course they hate that. They want to be able to steal with abandon, without care. What good is being in a phony baloney job? What good is government if you can't steal? This democracy, this democratic republic, nation of laws, blah. That's it. That's too much work for them. That requires too much decency. And I when I'm listening to this fake reporter, who I have to wonder, I'm just the Tarabuster here on my Tarabuster little podcast. Where is the media to point out, this was played, that clip was played on CNN.
How much more confident are you
Right?
with President Trump leading this country that there will be peace through strength and you will have a successful partnership with the United States versus with Biden's incompetence and weakness over the last 4 years?
What a great question. Fucking laugh.
That's your question, but I'll answer it. I agree with you.
That was on CNN. And where's the break-in and to set the record straight? To even point out, who is that guy? Did anybody go and, use their research money or whatever they have, or their money for so-called journalism? Get one of their CNN journalists in there to ask this person, where are you from? What so-called newspaper or what publication are you from? Right? Who are you? Why don't you identify yourself? Well, usually when we stand up, we say our names and what organization we're from. And no one even said, they just play that on CNN as if we're all morons. And, that's the thing. Are we that? I mean, I know that MAGAt's on Fox News. When the MAGAts sit there on Fox News watching something like that, do they think that's a legitimate question? Do they think that they're not being, talked down to in a way? It really proves that Republicans have absolutely no respect for the American people. Because I don't know who that person is. I can't say because I don't know 100%. But I wouldn't be surprised if we find out he's a White House, whatever, page intern, somebody on the inside. Who the fuck is he? And they put them in the audience to ask a question like that. Of course they do. This is what they do. Who the fuck would ask that question? That's not a question. Is it Matt Walsh? No. That's not him, no. I mean, and how excited are you? Are you masturbating about the fact about peace through strength? Well, the strength of what? The strength of that pussy? Pete Hegseth? Who's such a fragile bitch he can't stay sober one day? Who's such a weak-ass bitch he can't get the help he needs? So he inflicts it on America? Like, is he like a baboon? And J.D. Vance, with all humor here, as if we're all dumb and think, yeah, Greta Thunberg is just the same, isn't she? She's right on par with Elon Musk. Because Greta Thunberg poured billions of dollars into a political campaign, didn't she? Pour $1 million, what was it? No, it was $250 million, right? Oh, he got him cheap. He's a cheap bitch. He's a cheap Trader Trump. All right. This is Tara Jr. Will you stop it? Ooh, yikes on a bike. Christ on a bike. All right, stop. Don't do that. Sit down. Sit down. All right. I don't know. I mean, do they really think that they're going to age well in history's light? That's the other thing. It's embarrassing. All their antics. America, the Gulf of America. Red, white, and blue land. It's buffoonery. It's absolute buffoonery. And do they think that the whole world is like, wow, that's great. Peace through strength. Look at the strength. Look how strong they are. No. People aren't thinking that. They're not like, oh, wow, America's back. They're like, fuck. America is lost. That's the truth. Nobody's looking at this with envy except Putin. And Xi, they're laughing their asses off. What do you think they're saying behind our backs? They are, oh my God. They are just giddy. Giddy. They can't believe their luck. They can't believe how easy it's going to be to destroy America. To get this goddamn grifter to do everything on Putin's wish list, to fulfill the wish list that he started when he first was squatting in the White House despite receiving fewer votes. All roads lead to Putin. It is the damn truth. And to go on about Biden, what a petty bitch, right? And that's why I'm so sick of the fact that, where is Biden? Where's Harris? Get your asses out here. Remind the American people, GDP growth, the economy expanded under Joe Biden. Now it's going to contract thanks to asshole, the con man, and his dumbass tariffs and firing people. Wait, we're going into a recession. It's going to happen. Joe Biden gave this baboon an economy. He created over 16 million new jobs. An unprecedented record. The lowest level in half a century. More than every other president. That's what Joe Biden gave that fucking ingrate, that tedious, fragile, vindictive little baboon. Income growth, real incomes rose under Joe Biden in spite of Republican opposition. Oh, they're all going to contract now. 2 million people losing their jobs. It's all going to, it matters. We're all connected. Business growth, 20 million new applicants for small businesses were filed. Oh, it must be, it's a disaster. It's a shit show. Oh, what a horrible incompetence like nobody's ever seen, says the baboon who left office with the worst jobs record since Herbert Hoover, since the first Republican Great Depression. Of course, the stock market. Remember Trump said if Joe Biden's elected, the stock market's going to crash? Of course, it reached record highs. And, of course, the U.S. achieved the most substantial pandemic recovery in the entire G7 that Trader Trump wants to make the G8. Because Putin was kicked out because of that pesky invasion when we used to call it a war of aggression when we were on the right side of history. When Putin, did his Hitler impression and marched into Ukraine, a democratic nation. Joe Biden created 773,000 manufacturing jobs, which Trader Trump will either take credit for, but also blame Biden when they all start unraveling. Because a lot of our foreign business partners are pulling out because of the instability here in the United States, and also the tariffs, right? But when I peruse the Leopards Eating My Face Reddit page, you'll see people posting. One of the posts was, my friend is complaining he lost, right here at the top here. Another one saying my friend, there was another one that said that his friend lost a big contract because nobody wants to deal with us. You don't know what the fuck is going to happen from one day to the next. Maybe Trader Trump is gonna not like something and he'll take a dump on it. Right? Let's see, where is it? Is that the one? Oh, somebody posted. It updated, I mean. Hold on. Oh, lordy, lordy. Yeah, my boss voted for Trump and lost a multi-million-dollar deal with a Canadian company. Yeah, well, there you go. This is only the start. And the Canadians are now, of course, they hate America. now. And even I saw something that at another one of these Canadian hockey, or one of these hockey games, the announcer said to show respect for for each anthem, and as soon as the American anthem began, somebody yelled, "Fuck that," and they all booed. That's Canada. You know, the nice, polite people hate America now. And I gotta say, I was listening to Tom Hartman earlier, and he played this video from a Canadian politician who, responded to Trump saying, turn Canada into the 51st state by saying, well, let's make Canada the 7th province. And I'm like, don't forget New York. Really? I'm sick of this shit. I don't want to live in an autocracy, a kleptocracy. For real. Don't we want, free health care? Kids can go to school without being murdered by assault weapons. I mean, good shit. People are polite, nice, not like maggots drinking your tears. People voting for their own demise because they want to drink the tears of their fellow Americans. That's so fucked up. Isn't that? How sick are you? That's another thing that I never hear the corporate media pointing out. How sick do you have to be? Or, I mean, you call yourself a patriot, but you want to drink the tears of your fellow Americans. And then, like that person responding to the person who voted against his trans daughter, his trans niece, wants her to kill herself, I guess. And they're like, oh shit, they want to tell everybody what to do. Where is that? Oh God. My elder son is graduating this year with a chemistry degree. Oh, I'm on the wrong page for you guys. It don't matter. I feel your pain. I haven't had any friends to speak of for over a decade. Poor bastard. Well, maybe try not being a maggot. And relations soured with my side of the family in the early aughts over politics and how my wife and I were raising our kids. One of their biggest concerns was regarding our decision to homeschool. Oh, those poor kids. You know those kids are fucked up. Perhaps they were correct, though. My elder son is graduating this year with a chemistry degree and is considering whether graduate school is in his future. My daughter is working on an English degree. Okay, whatever. Oh, God, whatever. I don't know. Prepare yourself. I don't know what the point of that was, but whatever. Where are you guys? Hold on, guys. Yeah, the show is almost over, so I'm a little reluctant to start something new. I see we only have like a minute left. Yes, I called a supplier down in Minnesota last week, and I was told them I was having the 45,000 custom part built, shipped from a company in Ontario. He was not happy. Oh well. Maggots, maggots, maggots eating, and leopards eating the face. They're coming for all our faces. We will win. We gotta stick together. Thank you, Charlie from APS Radio News. Thank you, patrons. Patreon.com/Tara Devlin. Come on over to the Political Voices page on Tuesday, 2 p.m. for the Tara Show with Tara Devlin and myself. We're on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. We stick together, we win. I'll see you soon. All right. Guys, become a patron. Can you become a patron or not? Okay. Thanks. All right. Keep doing it. Yeah, I'm tired too, Kathy. Yeah. All right, guys, listen. I gotta go. My ass hurts from sitting in this chair. My soul hurts from living in America. And we got a lot more work to do. We got our work cut out for us. And yeah. If you can become a patron, that would be nice. I would appreciate that. Tell your friends, keep it up, keep coming back. It works if you work it. So work it, you're worth it, and live it. Remember, yeah, all right. I don't know. I keep telling you what to do. I don't mean to be so bossy, but I appreciate everything. Thank you, Jim, for your super chat. Thank you, patrons. Hopefully, I'll see you maybe on, I'll see you Wednesday with Robyn, hopefully. When we have our simulcast on Wednesday evenings. Stay safe, stay awesome. I've been trying to do more videos for the Political Voices Network. Keep coming back. Hopefully everybody's good. Thank you for everything you do. I love you. Tell your friends if they can become a patron. It's only whatever, for as much as you want or as little. $2 a month. Jeez Louise. That ain't much. Can't do something. We stick together, we win. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, I'm gonna go. That's Francis. And I'll see you as soon as possible. I love you. Have a great Valentine's Day night, what's left of it. I will see you soon.